excruciating pain.
Hey everybody, Z Furley here. Sorry that it's been a while. I've been in the process of house hunting and everything, getting ready to move soon, hopefully within a month or so that's been taking up a lot of my time. Anyway, I wanted to get another video out, and I thought there would be a good time to get a good video out with the new goddess out, Da Ji, the nine-tailed spirit. Basically, a lot of people have been saying she's pretty weak, not as clunky and everything, and I'll agree with that. She's a bit clunky, but I don't think her kit isn't all inherently bad. She has issues with it at times, yeah, but that's something I think little tweaks would come out with, but I'll go into more of that later. First, I wanted to go over her abilities and what I feel a good build guide is. First, her passive, Torture Blades, got buffed from the PTS. Basically, every one of her autos and her 2 and her 3 apply a bleed to a target, which bleeds them for once a second for 2 seconds. So if I do that, you'll see 1, 2. That's it. So it will do that. Pretty much old Arachne passive, but it can stack indefinitely, so that's pretty interesting. She's very bleed and dot focused, which is the reason why a lot of her other abilities kind of have lowish power, because it's trying to factor in this, which I think High-Res probably kind of lowballed it a little bit for some of them, but that's something we can worry about later. That tweaking could always fix that. Her first is Horrible Burns. Her makes it so it's basically Arachne's 1, but without the heal and weaker damage. But as you can see, you could hold it indefinitely until you attack other than Arachne's, which goes away after a few seconds. Wish kind of worked with that with Arachne, but whatever. So the next auto procs a bleed that ticks 1 time every 3 seconds. Once a second for 3 seconds. But it also procs your passive because you're also still doing an auto attack. So you're technically doing, in 3 seconds, you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots in 3 seconds. Her 2, which is this, gives her movement speed. She attacks and no auto attack no movement penalty. So same speed forwards and backwards. But she attacks 4 times, each one doing a small amount of damage, but also applying the passive for each hit. So you're going to apply 4 ticks of the passive over 2 seconds or so. You're applying 4 ticks of the passive. So that's not bad at all. That's pretty much giving you basically 2.0 attack speed. But you can move around, and also her tails give her damage mitigation. The one issue I mainly have with this, I don't mind. The damage could be better, but the main thing is I wish her tails actually like kind of spun out. It looked like they were protecting more. Kind of like fanned out a little bit with the aura around the tails, acting like, hey, that's guarding me from behind, other than this thing on the ground. Her 3 is basically Loki's teleport, but you can do it to any ally or enemy god minion or anything that isn't a structure you can teleport to. So the one cool thing is, so if I teleport, I appear there. It is easily interruptible, but it does a decent amount. It does a lot of damage. The main cool thing is that you kind of teleport to where you are facing. You teleport relative to where you are. So if I do this normally, I'll appear as I am, right in front of him. But let me go this so I get a little faster. If I go like this, I appear behind him. It's actually very, very cool and takes a little getting used to, but you could do a lot of really cool body blocking, positioning yourself. It's great. That's probably her really coolest part of her kit. And then ult, just going over this quickly so I can go over the build. She gets on a powwow and then shoots out 3 chains, and then when she jumps down, she pulls them. It's pretty much a rare Ares ult mixed with a Rama ult with less range, and you can beads out of it early. And then it's a little clunky right now. I kind of wish that you can jump down a little bit faster, or as soon as you jump down you could do your abilities. Right now you can't. Speaking of that, there's an issue right now that you don't always get your auto attack as soon as you do that. But anyway, that's pretty much a kit. People are saying it's kind of clunky, and it is a little clunky, but it takes some getting used to. And yeah, that's pretty much how she works kit-wise. And I think the kit as a whole is solid. It just needs a little bit tweaking and quality of life adjustments. But again, we're mostly focusing on the... Well, I will say, I don't think she needs another CC on this, or her 1, or her 3. If anything, maybe her 1 applies... Nah, even that I don't think it needs to do anything. I think she's fine in terms of CC and damage and movement and everything. I just wish maybe if you teleport to a god, the cooldown is halved. Kind of like how Susanoo can teleport with his 3 and it puts it on lower cooldown. But anyway, let's get to the main focus of what I wanted to do, the build. I've been practicing a lot the last few days and on PTS with a few different things. She's definitely, I will consider her an Arachne-like god, in terms of she has very trouble getting, she has a teleport, but it's a very risky thing to go in, because she can't teleport out with this very easily. It's basically like she kind of has no escape unless an ally is nearby. So which is different from Arachne, where she has an entrance. She can't really get in well, but she can get out very well because of her ult. And she is, while her passive is auto attack based, she shouldn't build too much attack speed, but one of the builds I do like can go a little attack speed, and it works decently well. But I'll go first with the build I like the most. I feel like because she needs to get in and be in the middle of a team fight, she definitely needs to be tanky by the end game, and we'll get into that. First of all, starting jungle, she does nothing but jungle. She does not do solo very well. She can maybe, but her rain role is jungle. So Bumbers, Bluestone. I have tested with Death's Toll, and it does give you a little more sustain, but you lose a lot of damage with it. So I would say no, you don't want to really do that. First item, the boots. I like Warrior Tabby, but the other build I do sometimes is Ninja Tabby, but I'll go over that second. The main build I like is Warrior Tabby. Gives you a lot more burst with your 3-1 combo. Lots of burst with that. And because she looks like she has low scalings, but remember she's getting ticked scalings as well, so as a whole, it builds up to a lot of scalings. Now, this is the first thing I do differently than other people. I go Heartseeker. I like Heartseeker a lot on her. I know a lot of people go Hydras, which is a good option because she has auto attack canceling and stuff and can really pile on the damage that way easily. But I feel then you lose early pen, and for her, having some early pen to do almost true damage early game helps her a lot more than just having your auto, like you're doing a chain of autos. The early game, you're not going to always be able to do your full combo of use an ability, attack, use your 1, attack, use your 3, attack, things like that. Or use your 3, attack, 1, attack, 2, attack. You're not going to be able to have time to do that really early game. Even late game, unless you're really alone and you catch them really out of position, it's not really worth it, especially with the pen you're trading out. And the movement speed is just very helpful. Let you chase better with this, let you escape better with that, let you run in and out better. All good stuff. Next, I get Shift to Shield. It is completely busted right now in terms of, I don't know what high res is thinking, making this item. This item is more. Watch, look. This item is 4,000. Oh, two. I think this. Yeah, it's actually 4. It's really 3,300 gold cheaper than Void Shield. Outclasses Void Shield in every way, unless you want pen or a pen. That's the only thing it does better. It doesn't give you more power at any stage of the game. It only gives you more physical protections when you're above 50% health. It's really, Void Shield should go down in price, or Shifter Shield should go up in price right now. It is way too strong for the price you're giving it. But for now, we're going Shifter Shield. That huge power spike is amazing. Works very well with Heartseeker in terms of getting you. Like right now, your Heartseeker is going to be giving you 184. Actually, wait, right? Rating 184? Yeah, 138 actually, because of mitigations and everything. Gives you 138. Very good, very strong. Gives you lots of, like, a nice burst damage. Plus, then when you get in low, you gain lots of protections, because she is going to be in the middle of a fight and getting low a lot as she jumps in to kill people. Getting those extra protections to run out, especially if you have your 2 up to get out, it will give you a lot of mitigation as well. 50%, 40% mitigations, having basically lots of protections, like 85 protections and stuff, 85 magical and something else physical. A little less physical is a lot of protections, especially early on to let you get out with the damage mitigation. After that, I go to Jotuns. I really like CDR on her in some sense. It just gives her a lot of oomph and lets you teleport more, lets you use your 1 more. You might be able to use your 1 twice in a fight with Jotun's Wrath up, which is always good. After that, I go for, because that goes from, let's see, what is it, 5.6 now it is. It goes from 7 seconds to 5.6 seconds. You lose almost 2 seconds with just this item. After that, you sell either Bluestone or Bumbas, depending on, do you need more damage or do you need more sustain? We're just going to sell Bumbas for now. I go Bloodforge. Lots of damage. You now have a crap ton of damage. The shield helps. Since you're jumping in to try to get a kill, the Bloodforge will give you a nice shield to get out. You have 20 flat pen because of Heartseeker and Jotuns, so you should be able to burst down most squishies and stuff. The shield and movement speed will allow you to get out or to chase more if you need to. Definitely a very good item on her, especially with the high power. And she has really good scaling too. Right now, her dots are she's doing 32 extra damage from her dots.
I am untouchable.
Look at all that dot damage. It just adds up. So, yeah, that's why I like Bloodforge on her. After that, I go for protections. I go Mantle of Discord. Yeah, you still have 250 power, which is good. Which is all the power you should need. The protections just let you survive that end game fights. Lets you jump in, burst down, try to get your Bloodforge passive up, things like that, or get out if you need to. The Discord, 30% CDR makes you now have a 4.9% cooldown, so you definitely will be able to use this multiple times in a fight. Heartseeker's proccing for almost 300 now. 250 full. You're doing true damage right now to this Odin. That's just really good. You got lots of nice protections and everything. Cooldown, so you can do your abilities more often. The stun and the stun and cleanse This definitely helps you, so you can get out of really sticky situations. Sometimes you might get stun everyone, cleanse, lets you then use your 2 or you ult quickly to be able to chain people around you, then leap out as they're stuck, things like that. All good. Actives, beads, and Aegis. Beads I think is a must. Aegis I think is a must. You can go blink if you want to go a little risky, but I almost 9 times out of 10 go that and that. Now I also mentioned there's one other build I kind of like on her. This is the build I think is the safest, because you get lots of protections while still having lots of power and penetration and stuff. But there's one other build I've been testing and kind of liking on her. You do lose protections and cooldown with it, but it does work. Same start bumpers and Bluestone. But after you get Ninja Tabby first.
Did they make this in gold?
Why Ninja Tabby? First of all, some low attack speed, not bad. Early game, you'll see why, but having some attack speed will let you get your autos out, and then you auto once, and then you could run a little bit faster. See, watch this. So we're gonna go like this, attack, and then I run. But with warriors, it's like attack, and then I run. So I'm able to get my autos off a little faster early game. Definitely an option there. So let's go back to Ninja Tabby. After that, Heartseeker, same as before. Shifter Shield, same as before. You want these items. Heartseeker and Shifter Shield are the same. You want them, same reasons as before. After that, Crusher.
Did they make this in gold?
Crusher, more attack speed, so I attack, move, attack, move, attack, move. Good, it's good. And you also get kinda CDR. So you go. So let's just see, I'm gonna use my 1. So it goes from 5 seconds. You now have 5 seconds on your. That's instantly down right away again. Well, I waited a little too long, but 5 seconds, from 7 seconds to 5 seconds it goes. Which is definitely good. Let's see, because it's normally 7 seconds. I dropped it to 5 seconds because of that. Well, more like 6 seconds, but I can. It's almost like having 20% CDR on that first ability you hit after. So if I go this, now I go this, and then I go this, and then I drop that down. I can get my ults, my stuff up very fast. Plus having the passive, you're getting your CDR, I mean, your passive up fast to let you get some more dots. Right now, yeah, your damage is a little lower than what your other one would be. As for comparison, right now I have 240, that's 45, right? Sorry, I'm a little far from the TV. 245 power. Instead of when I had before,
Only the finest blades will do.
275. I'm already lower 35 power. So like, yeah, well, so AJ, why are we doing this? You're getting more autos off, but your dots are doing less damage. The reason for that is because we're going less protection based and more. We're going less protection based and more damage based later with the last 2 items. Again, yes, you're still getting Bloodforge, but you wouldn't be getting Bloodforge now. Now you'll be getting Masamune first. Masamune gives you some protections, lots of power, and some health. So in the middle of a fight, you're gonna have with 5 people there. I calculated you're gonna be with under 5 people. You're gonna have, let's see. So I calculated this before. You're gonna be getting 35 protection. So you'll have. If you're around 5 people in the middle of a team fight, you'll be getting the amount of protections you would get if Shifter Shield was in the high stance. So you'll be getting 8. You'll have 85 magical protections and 79 physical protections. Yeah, that's right. 75 physical protections. And that's, without, you know, being like, let's actually go like this so you can see a little better. That might have been better to do that. So you should be near level 20 by this point. You'll actually be having 98 magical protections and 100, almost 119 magical physical protections. So 95, 98 magical protections, 119 physical protections with this. Plus you have 175 attack speed when the other one was different. I'll go over that again. So yeah. And then last time you get Blood Forge. Now you have more power than the other one had. So the more auto attacks are actually going to give you more, you know, stacking in terms of more damage. Your passive is now going to be doing for 134. I mean 34 a second when it was doing more. I think 32 a second. So that would be more if you know, you had more people around and stuff. You're getting it off more, so it's going to be ticking more often. So, like you can see how fast the 34 is moving this time. Where if you had this and this and this. See how like it's a little bit less amount of ticking of that, so you're losing more DPS that way if you're going to be autoing them a lot, which you might not get too many autos in late game, but you'll get some. You might be able to keep up with someone and auto them a few times, especially with the more movement speed and stuff. And also you can see protections here is 149, 123 without anyone around you. More, that would be 184 and 150. Actually, 158 when you're low health. But with this one, you have actually you have less protections and less cooldown for sure. Definitely a lot less protections. So if you don't mind that, this is the more all-in build. You have more damage, but you have less protections and CDR. So it's up to your playstyle. Either one works decently well. So I'm doing like C266, 34, 256. When this one was...
Did they make this in gold?
You're kind of to be fair, I mean, yeah, you're not gaining too much in front line, but you're getting your passive off a little more. Which, hey, if you want to use your autos more, all the more power to you. I prefer the first one more than the second one, but the second one is an option if you are really ahead and you don't need to worry about dying at all. You got a lot more power that way. Your abilities hurt a lot more as well. And your Heartseeker hurts a lot more as well. You're doing 270 instead of 250. Things like that. So they're all options. I prefer this one more than the other one, but the other one is an option. And that's pretty much it with Da Ji. I guess I'll say I also love her design. Her design. Some people were saying, oh, they wanted her more foxy, but really, the only thing I would have liked is maybe if she like her claws morphed, or if she. Or she like when she jumped up, she kind of gained fox tails or fox wit ears or something like that while she's up. Things like that. You can pull them over walls, which is very nice. Things like that. So yeah, this is the build I prefer. mostly because I like to be able to be more tanky. But if you want to be a bit more squishy and do a little bit more damage and have a little bit more pen, the other build is for you. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, favor, subscribe if you and comment to see what you want me to do if you want to see more. I hopefully might have a dodgy gameplay video coming out soon if I could get a good game while recording. So I hope you guys all enjoy. Anyway, till next time, see you later. Bye bye.